Thanks everybody for being here. Obviously a hard-fought victory, and we'll take it. I felt, throughout this week and trying to convey to the guys just how difficult this challenge would be. I obviously didn't get them ready to play the way they were capable of in the first half, but I thought we responded. Had a lot of guys go down and opportunity for men to step up, and I thought for the most part some guys were able to do that. So we'll look at where our personnel's at as we get ready to move forward. But really proud of the guys that did step up and go out there, maybe not expect to play as much as they did, but they got the job done. And a lot of room for improvement, as you all saw, but found a way to win, and that's what's important. Great respect for Coach Limbo and his program. I knew this game would be harder than maybe people outside of our building thought, especially after what we've had to go through for the two of the first 3 weeks of the season playing the competition that we did. But I thought our guys responded in the second half and found a way to win. So with that, how about some questions?
Coach, after Thorson struggled so much in the first half, what did you say to him on the sideline and perhaps at halftime to get his confidence up and get him to play a lot better?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to talk to him a whole lot at halftime. We had quite a few guys that we had to shuffle around kick game-wise, so that was my focus at halftime. But, as he came off, we just got to take care of the ball. I mean, we've got to take care of the football. We cannot turn the ball over like we did. Very rarely are you going to win football games where you lose a turnover ratio by 2 and you miss a field goal. I mean, we're very fortunate. But a big turnover caused, frankly, I mean, I know they mishandled the exchange, but our defense got the ball in the tight zone. That was big. And our defense was on the field way too long today for us to expect to be successful consistently. So a lot of room for improvement there, and especially taking care of the ball.
Confidence-wise, Coach, to come out there in the third quarter and be able to go right down the field. How big was that just to kind of swing the momentum and get confidence back for Clayton?
Yeah, we talked when I brought the group up at halftime. We had about 9 minutes left after we made our adjustments. We didn't have to make a whole heck of a lot of adjustments. We had to just go out and play, and that's really what we talked about. So we had about 9 minutes, and I had the guys get together with their position groups and talk about what we got to go do and how we're going to go out and do it. And then I thought we came out with a mindset we were going to find a way to win, and that's what we did.
Can you just talk about that last drive? You got the ball with like 4.5 minutes left, and you ate up all but 11 seconds of it.
Yeah, I think we had, from a standpoint of blocking in that drive, I thought we were pretty consistent. We'd like to obviously take the whole clock down, but good job by the punt team executing, and I think we had an 11-second punt. That's pretty good, So at that time, yardage is less significant as much as the execution, and then the ability to take time off the clock. So, pretty good job by the guys.
So Clayton, after kind of an uneven first half, he really played well in the third quarter. Those two long drives.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically did you see from him on that drive that maybe wasn't?
Yeah, I think he just trusted himself and just took what the defense gave him. And it's a process at quarterback. It's never the same. Every rep isn't the same. And I think he's handled the ebb and flow very, very well. I don't think he's been too high with success, and I don't think he's been too low when we've had adversity. And that's to me a young man that's growing, and growing in the position and understanding, really the significance of his role. And obviously we have to take care of the football better. That's obvious. But when we needed to make some plays, we did, and we found a way to win. That's what's important. We could go 1-0 today, and that's what we did. I know the beauty pageant isn't going to go over well, but found a way to win.
You might be able to go back to your days as a player to answer this question. I don't know, but how hard is it as a player, when you see a bunch of guys going down around you with injuries? And if so, what's the toughest part of that?
Yeah, going back to my own personal experience, I can't say that I thought a whole lot about it, except I hope the guy was going to be okay, and then it's next man up. We talk about that all the time, pick up the flag and charge on, and we had a bunch of guys do that today. And, I'll take a look at the tape tonight. It'll be a late night for me. But at the same time, I think there's a lot that we can draw upon, especially in the second half, that hopefully we can build upon. And thanks, Paul, and get better from.
A couple injury questions. So we didn't even see, or at least I didn't see what happened to Godwin, and then he was just out. Can you tell us anything about what happened?
Yeah, he got taken out by the medical team, so that's you can pretty much deduce why. So,
Okay.
but I don't have the exact injury to exactly what happened.
And so Mogus, we saw him getting carted off, I assume.
Same thing.
Okay. But,
Yeah.
all right.
Same thing. Yeah, I think Kyle's got a broken arm, so he'll be out for a little while. That's about all I got right now from a standpoint of injury reports. Yeah.
Coach, after last week's game, you drew attention to the wide receiver play.
Yeah.
What did you see from them, and how do you think they responded, and what did you see from them tonight?
Yeah, I thought there were some pretty darn good plays by them. I really thought they responded. I thought they responded in practice. I thought they took, their play, not what I said, more importantly, what their play looked like on video to heart, and they try to go out and do something about it. But I'll have to look at the tape before I pass too much judgment. But I definitely feel from the communication and from the talk over the headphones and what I saw, it was a much better performance. Still a couple explosive plays out there that we left, we don't catch the post. We got the go route we miss. There's some plays definitely out there that we had an opportunity for.
Justin Jackson is your steadiest offensive player, consistent player. He just makes a difference, doesn't he, for everybody?
Yeah, he definitely does. And, again, we've got to continue to look at, ways not only to get him the ball and be successful running the football, but also getting other guys touches. And, I thought from a standpoint today, especially in the second half, outside of when he got the ball punched out at the end of the play, I thought that was a pretty darn special performance in the second half by him.
I have two questions. Sorry.
Okay.
First of all, did you guys make any halftime adjustments, maybe like shading coverages over to Jordan Williams' side to try to neutralize him? He had a big first half.
No, it would have been nice if we won one of those 50-50 balls he caught. It's hard for me to look at Hank and be like, Hank, we had a guy right there to make a play and he didn't make a play. I want you to change the coverage now. It's hard to do that unless, it's one of those that we're giving up touchdowns. But we knew on tape he was a great player. He's in my opinion, he's a steal in the MAC. He's a Big Ten level player. And we didn't win consistently enough on the 50-50 balls in the first half. Now we won a little bit better in the second half. But our corners knew they were going to throw it deep at least 8 to 10 times. We knew it. We worked it, and we found a way to win. It's all that matters, and pretty good test on for those two guys.
And also, I asked you the same question on Monday, and I know Clayton played great in the third quarter, but was there any thought to replacing him at halftime? Or?
No.
Dan Vitale had a big night, 108 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. Had kind of a slow start to the season, but how do you assess his play tonight?
Yeah, probably wish he had a third touchdown. He was wide open, and it's an us or nobody throw, and we underthrow it. So, again, another senior that I think looked at his opening performance and wasn't very satisfied with it, and he's done something about it. He takes his leadership role very seriously, and he's been that way his whole career, but he really takes the captaincy to heart. And, I thought he went out and did something about it, and he's a difference maker kind of player.
Coach Delaney Roberts had I think
Paul, do I get a question? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Delaney Roberts had one play where he scampered around and got a first down.
Yeah.
Are you looking to get him more involved in the offense, or are you kind of just easing him in since he's a true freshman?
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to talk about scheme. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I got to play 8 more teams. So I watch their videos, so I'm sure they watch mine. But it's a good question. I'll talk to you over there, as long as you don't print it.
Pat, as you guys enter Big Ten play, what did you learn about your team throughout this non-conference portion?
Yeah, Adam, I think number one that we've found a way to win. I think we've played a very stiff competition. I really do. You look at the way that Ball State played in the second half. They ran into a buzzsaw at A&M, and the way they played the second half against A&M, and then the way they played last week, we knew exactly what we were getting into today. But you also have that ability as a Ball State to come into Big Ten arenas like they have and have an advantage from a standpoint that I think our guys have been sky high to play Stanford and Duke, and I obviously didn't do a good enough job getting them the same play. I thought we had good emotion all week, and I thought we came out of the tunnel ready to go, but we obviously didn't execute that way, so that's my responsibility. But I'm proud of the guys. They've persevered. Guys stepped up. We found a way to win, and we move on. So I think we've learned a lot.
The draw play to Vault, that looked beautifully blocked. Was that Vitale who sprung him on that run?
It's pretty rare for us to call beautiful blocks around here the way we've been playing the last couple of years, so I'll take your compliment and we'll move on. Yeah, it was well blocked. It was well blocked.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alex, go ahead.
Without getting into scheme, obviously you won't do that. Can you tell us what seemed to go wrong on that interception in the first half? The one where-
Which one? I'm sorry.
the one where it looked like Schuler ran a
Oh,
curl,
yeah,
but Thorson
yeah.
thought
I'm
he was
sorry.
doing
Yeah,
it wrong.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, well, we're running a vertical route, and the corner was off at about 5 or 6 yards pedaling, right? And so the terminology is called fly and die. So if he's on top of you, the receiver's going to read the coverage and fly and die, and you're going to drop out, and the corner uses the corner's technique and use the coverage concept. I think they were either in quarters or 3 deep. I don't know. Clayton will answer for you. And he read it wrong. He thought that Miles was even, and if he's even, he's leaving. Throw him a ball, and so you can see these great coachisms. You guys like all that? So, if he's on top, fly and die. If he's even, let's throw it over the top because he's leaving. And like I said, he's growing. It's growing. It was a good punt. Yeah, it was a good punt.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks. Have a great night. Thanks for being here. Go Cats.